Hi, I'm Jilly G. Welcome to my kitchen. Today is my first video and first recipe in the collaboration that Our Heritage Works and I are doing together for the 4th of July. We will both be bringing you many recipes to make your holiday maybe something a little bit different. Maybe it will be an old favorite of yours, or maybe something new. So my first recipe is a bacon and green bean salad. And if you didn't catch Our Heritage Works, his first recipe in this series went up yesterday. So go ahead and look for that. I will put a link to his YouTube channel in my description box. But I'm so excited for another collaboration with Our Heritage Works. And I want to say thank you to him for putting this together. And I'm excited that we can share our recipes with you. So this time of year, a lot of summer parties are happening. And I always like to have kind of things that are fresh in season, but also that hold up well for traveling if you're going to somewhere for a party, or if you plan on being outside for a long period of time. I like dishes that don't necessarily have to be refrigerated. Of course, if it's really hot, you could put them in a cooler or something like that. But if you're like my family, and a lot of times you serve buffet style, and you have things setting out ready to go, and then you end up visiting for an hour before you actually eat, this salad is something that would be okay to not be in a cooler or a fridge or something like that. And even though we'll be cooking the green beans, it will be a cold salad. And really not very many ingredients, is so fast and easy to throw together. So I have a half a package of bacon here. And you can put in as much or as little as you want, or no bacon for that matter. I just like green beans and bacon together. And so what I do is I just start out and cut it into, about bite-sized pieces. This is also a recipe that you could put ham instead of the bacon. And I would like to say that these green beans are from my garden, but they're not. But if your garden is producing green beans right now, this is a great recipe to use your green beans. And you don't have to cook your bacon like I am. This is actually the fastest way that I have found to get a lot of little bacon bits at once. And so all I'm doing is taking these little pieces and just putting them in the pan. They don't even have to be a single layer. Because if you're doing quite a bit of bacon, which does work actually, I can do a whole package of bacon just like this. But I don't want them in kind of this all stuck together like they are right now. So I'm just separating all of my bacon pieces. And then I have a plate over here that is lined with paper towels. My theme for all of these recipes that I'll be bringing to you is kind of a Thanksgiving in July type of theme. Although I won't be having anything pumpkin. But green beans and bacon is a side dish that I serve warm around the holidays. And I'll also be smoking a turkey in my smoker. Let me wash up really quick. I'm just going to turn my pan on about medium high. And then just let all of this bacon cook. And then I've got my other cutting board here. And this is about 2 pounds of green beans. And I've already washed them. So I'm just going to trim off the ends and then any questionable parts while my bacon is cooking. If you can't find fresh green beans right now, or maybe you don't like fresh green beans, you can use canned green beans. And I would say maybe 2 to 3 cans of green beans for this recipe. Or maybe you put up and bottle your own green beans. And then I'm just going to go, not on the floor, about bite-sized pieces for my green beans. And then just into that bowl. Periodically check on your bacon. This is such a great salad if you don't want mayonnaise-based dressing for a salad, if it's going to be sitting out for very long. So that is the last of my green beans all cut up. So my bacon is all finished. I was recently asked what I do to store my bacon grease that I save. And all I do is, this is actually an old jelly jar. It's the perfect size. This won't fill it up all the way because this was just a half a package of bacon. But all I do is just pour in the bacon grease very carefully. And I'm going to pour in most of it. I am going to save a little bit in there. Very carefully wipe the bottom of your pan. And then once this cools off and it's room temperature, I'll put the lid on and just stick it in the fridge. But this is how I store my bacon grease. Old jar that already has a lid. So I turned the heat down to about low, and I am going to turn it back up to medium. I've got about 2 tablespoons of butter. And it doesn't even matter if it's melted all the way. In go my green beans. And I've got some salt and pepper here. And give this a really good stir. And then I have about a half a cup of water. You cook your green beans how you like them. And that's still on medium heat. I really like my green beans to be soft. And that's where, if you have canned green beans, that's a really good idea for this recipe. They're already cooked and soft. But I do like the flavor of the bacon grease and butter on my green beans. That's just me. So I've got a red onion here. I think I'm just going to use probably about half of it. And then I also have the things for my dressing. This right here, if you saw my recent video that I've got a freeze dryer, this is actually some freeze-dried red pepper. I had freeze-dried a whole bunch of red pepper, which by the way is delicious, just freeze-dried as a snack. But this one I've added a little bit of water to reconstitute it, and it looks perfect. And I'll even taste a little piece. The flavor is perfect for a red pepper. The texture is a little bit different, but my plan for these is when my green beans are just about finished, I'm going to throw in the red pepper and cook those just a little bit. I don't really want them to be cooked a lot, but just enough to help with that texture. And maybe you don't like red onion. You could put in a shallot or no onion or onion powder, whatever you like. And I'm going pretty small pieces here with my red onion. Don't cry over your onion. Whew. I would say this is probably, maybe 3/4 of a cup of chopped onion. And you could also saute your onion with your pepper and your green beans if you like. But I actually really like the raw onion in this. And then the vinegar dressing will help take the bite out of the onion. They look so pretty when they're a bright green like this. But I know they're still squeaky. So while those are finishing up, before I add in the red pepper, the dressing is such a super simple, easy thing. All it is a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and a tablespoon of honey. And then I also have some Parmesan cheese here, about a half a cup, that I'll stir in last. So all we do for the dressing is just mix it together. If you really wanted to, you could add, maybe a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise to go with this salad as well. But as I mentioned, with a picnic type of party, you don't really want a mayonnaise dressing that will be sitting out for too long. And a lot of times for a summer party, you might have a macaroni salad or a potato salad. this is a really nice way to have a green vegetable salad that is cold. And it's really so easy to throw in whatever you want. I know there's a salad called the 3-bean salad where it's green beans, some kidney beans, and I think maybe garbanzo beans that has a vinegar dressing. Very similar to this. Salads like this go so well with hot dogs or hamburgers, sandwiches, any kind of picnic or outdoor party. There's our dressing, nothing to it at all. I'm going to check on my beans. If I were using a fresh red pepper, I would just throw it in raw with my onions. But because this was freeze-dried, I am going to add it in with my green beans. I really like it when they get sauteed on the bottom like this and they pick up some of those bacon bits that are in the pan. Take one out. We'll give it a bite and see how done it is. Let it cool off first. That is perfect. Still has a little bit of bite to it, but it's not squeaky at all. Just how I like them. So my green beans and red pepper are at room temperature. And even if they're just a tad bit warm, that's all right. Because it does help the dressing to absorb into the green beans. So I'm just going to dump these in here with my onion. Add back in my bacon, if you haven't eaten it all already. Parmesan cheese, and now our honey Dijon apple cider vinegar dressing. And I know it does seem like a lot, but it really is a nice amount. And then just give this a really good stir. Get everything coated. And it's such a colorful salad with the red pepper and the red onions and the bacon and of course the green beans. And sometimes salads like this are better in a couple of hours or the next day. Gives it a chance for the onion to mellow out a little bit with that vinegar. But it also gives it a chance to get all those flavors together. And having that little bit of mustard in with the apple cider vinegar, it really helps the dressing to coat everything instead of just plain vinegar by itself, which is also really good. So if you have a really nice looking serving dish, put it in that. But this is what I'm putting it in. Or if I were going to take this to a party, of course, I would put it in Tupperware with a lid or something like that. But let's give it a try. Get a little bit of everything. It really looks so nice with all the colors in there. But let's give it a bite. Try and get a little bit of everything. That is so good. The green beans are the perfect texture. Not squeaky at all. That red pepper and that onion add so much flavor. Of course, the bacon always adds really good flavor. Just the right amount of salt and pepper. That was about a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. And then the Parmesan cheese, it just tops it all off. And the honey and that mustard mellowed out the apple cider vinegar just a little bit. But this is such a nice light salad to go with something a little more heavy like a potato salad or a macaroni salad. So good. If you like salads like this, in my cookbook I have 2 different salads, and actually here on my channel I have a cauliflower salad that's kind of like a potato salad, but it's made with cauliflower. And then I have a pea and bacon salad, kind of similar to this. But those are other salads that are really great for picnics or summer parties, things like that too. But so good. Such a nice light salad. And don't get me wrong, I always love a good potato salad. But this is just something else to go with, and of course it helps you get in some more vegetables, which I always like. Let me know if you make this salad and what you think of it. This salad is going to be the perfect side dish for the other recipes I'll be sharing with you, and also the recipes that Our Heritage Works will be sharing with you. Go ahead and head over to his channel and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to his channel so you won't miss the next video coming up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and then you won't miss the next recipe in this series that I'll be sharing with you. So many fun summer parties that are coming up for the 4th of July. I don't know what you have planned, but my menu is looking pretty good. But as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, even though I already just said that. But if you haven't, go ahead and do that now. And I'll see you on the next one.